applause already.
Hi, everybody. Well, we promised you we'd do this, and we're finally getting back around to it.
She came, I dragged her kicking and screaming into the kitchen.
I said to Paul, I know why I put this off so often, because it takes so much time to set it up.
However,
I didn't think about this very well, because can you even see me?
Camouflage.
Sort of blending into the kitchen. I didn't plan my outfit very well. But
I think you did. But here's the thing, this is very exciting for me. Because usually I'm taking the lead in the kitchen, but now I'm going to play the part of Vanna.
Vanna.
Yes, just.
And Carol Merrill.
And then Tim the Tool Time Tailor. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Well, let's talk about what we're going to make, and then he'll explain what he's talking about. So we had a very good friend of ours, Jan, come to a party with a wonderful dish that we'd never had before, and all of us said, do you know the recipe by heart? We need this recipe.
This is the best.
So it's very good, and it's called buffalo chicken dip. And before you turn off the video because you say, oh, I've already had that, or oh yeah, you know, I've gone to a restaurant and we just pick it up
like
ready-made. Yeah, it's not like this. In fact, you and I have done that before.
We did actually. You might have seen us. Did we do something live that day?
You know what it was?
Yeah.
It was the Halloween party.
Yeah, so I bought some from Hooters.
And because we were all asked to bring an appetizer. And so here's how you do the perfect buffalo chicken dip, okay? You go to Hooters, you buy 2 of the buffalo chicken dips, put them in the refrigerator, and Judy adds a little cream cheese to it, and buy some Tostitos.
Because it was like last minute, and it was horrible. I mean,
that wasn't very nice to Hooters.
No, listen, no disrespect to Hooters, we like their wings.
Love their wings.
But it was just soupy, it was not good.
Yeah.
I
actually doctored it.
Yeah,
I actually added some things to doctor it and kind of lighten it up. But next time we go to a party, we're going to make it ourselves.
Yes.
And actually, we have a number of times.
Okay.
So shall we talk about the ingredients we need after we give ourselves the good luck charm of a toast? Cheers. We always love to do this just before any show that we do because we're celebrating each other and we're celebrating you.
And you know what? Another reason? When I was working with Robert Irvine on HSN.
Yes.
And we were selling his everything pan, which we still have, by the way. That's the wok one that you use all the time. He had the bottle of wine, a little bit in there.
A little bit there. I think it makes our cooking a little bit better.
Here's to Robert Irvine.
Love him. So let me show you the ingredients that we're going to use for our buffalo chicken dip. And it is a little bit hot. It's a little bit spicy, but not so much that you can't handle it. So we're going to start with, it says 2 packages of chicken meat. So we use the cans. Now, the last time we did this, actually it was just last week. We love this recipe, so we make it quite a lot. But Paul bought the smaller cans.
Right.
So I ended up using 3 of them just to have enough chicken. This time we bought 12-ounce cans, and these happen to be nice premium. I think it even is, what did it say? Yeah, all white meat.
Grilled white meat. Yeah.
Sure. So you open it just like you do a can of tuna, but it's chicken. So it's just chicken meat. And then we have blue cheese dressing, and I've talked about this before, my favorite, Marie's blue cheese dressing. And we also have ranch. So we'll use ranch dressing, blue cheese dressing, 2 12-ounce cans of the white chicken meat. You can use onion if you want to.
That's optional.
The recipe actually does not call for onion, but we like the flavor of onion in our salads and in our stir fries.
But if you want to leave it out?
Yeah, feel free. It's not going to ruin the recipe if you don't use onion. Then we also use, and this is our favorite, it calls for it, it's the Frank's hot sauce. And this is a huge container, Mr. Paul Disi.
Right, yes.
Because you want me to make this recipe a lot.
Again.
Yeah, again and again and again. You're going to use 3/4 cup of this. And then towards the end, I love the way we've got brand, brand, brand,
Oh, wait a minute.
brand, and then generic.
You forgot one other brand.
Oh, brand. Yeah, that's the most important part. But yeah, I mean, this is just a nice Fiesta blend of shredded cheese, and that's going to go at the very end. And then another brand, yes, 2 of the Philadelphia original cream cheese, and these are the 8-ounce sizes.
8-ounce sizes.
Yeah.
In the regular, you can always get a third reduced fat if you want. But so we don't have to because we're getting fit with Judy.
Good point. And we're going to need to after we eat this recipe. So with all that said, I usually don't divide it up, but to give my man something to do to participate in this recipe, we've put the cream cheese, which is the hardest thing to get ready for the recipe because it's got to be blended, in one bowl, and then I'm going to mix up all the other ingredients, and then we're going to combine them together. Oh, so
I'm going to make noise, however.
here's the deal.
Yes.
Set your oven at this point for 350 degrees. Your recipe is going to go in the oven for, and it's kind of a large distance of time or stretch of time, so I guess it's up to you. 20 to 30 minutes is what the recipe calls for after you've blended it all up, and you're just going to put it in a standard, I think these are 9 by 12 Pyrex dishes.
Right.
What I also did is I gave it about 23 minutes, and then because I wanted it to brown on the top, I wanted the cheese to brown on the top, I broiled it for another 3 to 4.
Oh, that's your
so that
secret
gives it a
ingredient.
nice little
Yep, I
browning
like
on the
it.
top.
And
Okay.
it worked out well.
So this is not the way I usually
Yes.
blend my cream cheese.
So she wanted
Channeling
me to,
Tim
she
Allen.
wanted me to mash this, and I'm like, but we have power tools to do that. So I don't know if it's going to work. This could be a spectacular flame out.
Yeah, it could go all over
let's-
me.
so
And then
if-
you'll be able to see me.
If it does, then cut to another camera. 'Cause I don't know if this is going to work or not.
All right, so while you're blending, I'm going to put
oh my God,
nicely
this is
done.
fantastic.
I'm going to put in a half a cup of my favorite ranch dressing, so that makes it very easy. I made the mistake the last time I did this recipe of putting in the hot sauce first. And the hot sauce actually calls for 3/4 of a cup. So I was just thinking, oh, 3/4 of a cup of hot sauce, 3/4 of a cup of ranch, 3/4 of a cup of blue cheese. No, I put too much of the dressings in, and as a result, we had to then add more chicken meat, more hot sauce, more of the Philadelphia cream cheese, which we were lucky that we had. But it was pretty funny. How are you doing over there?
So far, it's really spectacular.
You know what we didn't talk about, and we haven't
Yes.
tried it for this recipe,
What?
but you and I also buy, and this is kind of a fun thing to do, and I never had tried this before I met you and your family, was the whipped cream cheese.
Yes.
I have not tried this recipe with the whipped cream cheese.
Well, this
but it
is
might be a
doing
good
the
experiment.
job. This is exactly what it's normally doing when you get whipped cream cheese. Now, Judy very correctly pointed out we're going to have the additional challenge, although this is pretty good, where I'll have to pick some of this out of the beaters. But I think
Yeah, that's just
is that
like-
good? Is that how you like it?
That looks great. I mean, it's going to be very easy to mix in with this. So at this point, I've got my half a cup of blue cheese, my half a cup of ranch, and this calls for 3/4 of a cup of the Frank's hot sauce. So, because I don't have 3/4 of a cup measuring, I brought my half cup and my 1/4 cup. And you know what I would have done well,
Right.
sometimes still do.
Can I-
Instead of the half and the 1/4,
Look at this. This is spectacular.
I just do a 1/4 of a cup, a 1/4 of a cup, a 1/4 of a cup, because that's 3/4 of a cup.
I was worried about getting these off. I needn't worry.
That's great. Well, you know what? If you ever made chocolate chip cookies, or your mom did when you were a little kid, that was the best part, was eating off all the dough from
That's
the eaters.
true. However, my mom always, she thought she was a genius. She thought she could hide the
The
cookies
dough?
from us
Oh.
that she made. She'd make them like 6 months before the holidays. And then she forgot where she put them. But I could always find them.
You did?
Yes. But then, and if she made ones I didn't like, well, those never got found. Sorry,
The
Mom.
oatmeal raisin.
Sorry, Mom. Yeah, oatmeal. Really?
I actually
that
love
a cookie?
oatmeal raisin.
Okay.
You know what I didn't do with this,
What
which
did
I
you not do?
probably should have done, but because the cans that you bought the last time were the 8-ounce or maybe even 6-ounce cans, I didn't have to chop up the chicken.
Oh.
And I should have chopped up
I
the
could
chicken.
do that right now. I'll get another cutting board.
All right.
I'm going rogue.
All right, you go rogue. What I'll try to do, oh, you want to do this one?
Yeah, just here.
All right.
Look at me.
You have
I'll
a
be
good
off
knife?
camera for a little bit.
Actually, I think you're actually on another camera, but that's okay.
So you're saying don't swear?
Yes, we can hear your mic on all of the cameras around the kitchen. I don't know how this is going to go. I think it's better if I just mix it up and go for it. Nothing wrong
Well, you know, it's interesting.
getting a nice big chunk of
You
chicken.
said to me those little tins I had before, and by the way, this is not an excuse But the
On your
reason-
part or mine?
On my part. When I got the smaller tins that Judy was talking about before, it was because of Corona.
Nicely done.
It was because of Corona.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
so?
nothing was on the shelves. Those are the only ones left. And then when I went this time,
They
those
had
were
the
gone.
larger
They had
cans.
but they were probably 8-ounce cans, and we used 3 of them.
I think that's
These are
right.
12-ounce, and
Yeah,
we're using 2 of them, so it all
yeah.
works out.
But I like the larger chunks of chicken. This looks great, and there is going to be more chicken in this recipe than the last. You know, because her recipe actually said packages of chicken. When you were shopping for it, did you see literal like bags like this with the Ziploc?
I
that are
only saw that
bagged?
with the tuna, and I didn't see it with the tuna this time. So they may have those.
Oh, okay.
I have to openly admit that I never ate chicken out of a can before.
I hadn't either.
Except for soup, right?
Right, tuna, yes, but I didn't even know where to
but
look to shop for it
was
first time.
good.
Yeah, very
No, I
good.
know part of it is the Frank's hot sauce and the other ingredients.
Oh, this
and
is
my
a
wife's
fabulous recipe.
cooking. But
Well, and on this score, yes. Actually, I do some other pretty good chicken
yes, you
dishes,
do.
don't I?
We had one last night.
Yep. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
now what's going to be the best, because this is making a lot.
Right.
Shall we pour this in? Yes, I think that's what we do. We pour the soupier one into this one.
The non-soupy
The
one.
non-soupy. And then we
Are you
blend
going to
again.
need a stronger stirrer?
I'm wondering if we want to use
Stirrer.
your tool time technique.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to go very slow because we don't
Yeah,
want to
because I
splatter.
don't. Well, not only that, I don't think I want to chop up the chicken too much, because the truth is, the chunks of chicken are part of the
They're gonna
best
be
part of the
better.
recipe.
Yeah, I'll just stir it then, unless you want to stir it.
I'll tell
you
you
take
what
this from me?
is the. Gotta get every last little yummy morsel. Don't make fun of me.
I love salmon.
All right. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good.
You have to watch the first episode. You don't know what that means.
Well, I put the bloopers at the end of the videos, not at the beginning. So yes, both the brie cheese video that we did and the salmon dinner video that we did both have bloopers at the end, and oh my gosh, they're so funny. You just, when you're doing stuff like this, you just never know. By the way,
Yes?
our aprons,
Or ordered? Not yet.
almost on order. We're in the design phase of the color. We did decide black apron
With
and
orange
sort of
lettering.
it's like coral lettering. It's
like
not
Jo-
quite
it's like
red,
Joya.
and it's not quite Halloween orange.
Is it like Joya
A
logo?
little bit more coral. Close. Look at this, it's all coming together. And don't forget, you don't have to have the cream cheese blended like you would eggs for an omelet, for instance, because it's all going to melt in the oven.
And by the way, in case you're thinking I'm doing very little, which is true, we're thinking of leaving the cameras up. I know we're gonna take a short break when Judy puts us in the oven, and then we'll stop the cameras, and then we'll show you the finished deal, right?
We'll do our little transition,
Okay.
and then we'll come back in.
All right, but
This is
all right,
ready.
I think we're gonna leave the cameras open, and I'm gonna do Paul's famous fluffy scrambled eggs
Oh, you mean tonight?
tomorrow.
Oh, you mean
what?
leave the
When you're
cameras up
sleeping.
in the kitchen?
Yeah, when you're sleeping.
Oh, I love that. Breakfast in bed. Okay, guys, this is what we're ready for.
Okay.
And something that you don't have to do is butter the pan or olive oil the pan. That's not necessary. Just
Okay.
pour that recipe right in. And then, and remember, I added the onion, which you don't have to. And you know what? Even that was kind of to look. I didn't even measure it. I just cut a little bit of onion, almost about like an eighth or so of a cup.
Now, we're doing this in a pretty large, you could probably cut the recipe
If you cut it all in
you
half,
want.
yeah, you're getting the same thing. And then you would just use an 8x8 pan
Right.
instead of a 9x12. So just spread it around.
Now, this is when I already did the Tim the Tool Time Taylor mode, but now
What?
I'm doing the Vanna mode.
Oh, this is your Vanna mode?
Yeah.
I need that
Oh,
other.
this camera froze. Do we care?
Oh, I don't know. That's sort of sad. kind of, sort of.
right.
But that's okay. I'll keep
We have,
going.
We have other cameras to
Rely
back up.
on. And what I'll do is when we do the transition,
That camera will be back
we'll
on.
have that camera back on. Yeah, I don't know why it would have frozen. Did you touch something?
No, I did nothing. The only thing I did is when it went dark the first time, I
You smacked it?
smacked it with my hand.
Okay.
Actually smells good already.
Oh, it really does smell so good. So at this point, I'm going to also, and I don't do this, it says a cup, but to be honest with you, with clean hands, I just like to sprinkle. Yeah.
This is the Fiesta blend.
The generic, and
Which
just,
we use,
and
which we
just
use
as
for
good.
our taco days.
Love it. Love it. And you know what we should do? Speaking of eggs, I would love to do a Mexican egg breakfast where they do the
Burritos?
cheese. Yeah, like a burrito.
We can do that.
Okay, so there's your look. And it goes in for 20 to 30 minutes. And then my advice is to then broil afterwards. And we'll
Okay.
show you the finished recipe.
Well, you can show the pulling it out and then putting the broiler on. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good. Okay.
Shall I open the door for you?
I think that camera caught it all. We'll see you soon.
I'm going to open the door.
Mr. Tool Time. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys.
wow.
Wait till
Wow.
you see this.
Oh, good Lord.
I know. So, I know you weren't able to see much of that, but you're able to see that.
Wow.
And that was 3 minutes on broil after 23 minutes on
Oh, bake
bake
at 350.
At 350, yes. Let me show you guys here from here, because look at how beautiful that is. Now, you can eat it when it's hot like that. Now, obviously, it's
Not that hot.
bubbling, so you'd let it calm down. But I wanted to show you what we typically do is just serve it with some
Crackers,
yeah.
chips, yeah.
Chips are great. Any kind of chip, a Tostito or any kind of cracker is yummy. And the other thing you can do, which I did for a friend of mine last week, and we even talked about it on our Sunday Fun Day, is after you've had what you want when it's warm, refrigerate it, and then when you get it out, you can actually section it off and put it
heat it
in
again.
separate pans. And we've eaten it cold, which is just as yummy cold,
yep.
but you're right, you can reheat it, you can put it in a smaller little Pyrex dish and even do it in the microwave if you like it better that way. So it's very yummy.
Very good.
Yeah, and it lasts for days. So
Well done.
it can be a good dip just before your dinner, or we've even had it for lunch.
And remember, I did the least I could do.
You're very helpful.
You did a great job.
Actually, I really did like the idea of using the blender on the cream cheese.
It was actually a
sped up the
KitchenAid little
process.
mixer, and it had the power to do it. Now it had it on the lowest setting.
So eggs tomorrow morning. That's our
Yes.
next in the kitchen
I'm
with
going
Paul
to be doing,
and Judy.
I'm going to be dueling it out with, what's his name? The guy who swears at people?
Oh, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. I looked at his recipe in his master class for the perfect scrambled eggs. I think mine are better, and I'll tell you what I do differently.
Okay, we will check in with you tomorrow or whenever you happen to watch this video. Have a great night, and thanks for being there. Bye. What I don't
Time?
remember is, do I cover it?
I don't know. I don't know why you have to.
Maybe I don't need to broil it if I don't cover it. All right, we ready?
I am so damn ready.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Wait, clap.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh. That's right, we're not gonna are we gonna hear it?
You might hear it. You didn't turn it off.
By the way,
Yes.
our aprons,
Are ordered? Not yet.
almost on order. We're in the design phase of the color.
You're so funny.
We did decide black apron,
With
and
orange lettering.
it's like coral. It's not quite
It's like
red,
Joya.
and it's not quite Halloween orange.
Is it like Joya
A
logo?
little bit
A coral.
coral. Your face.
Look at this.
You look at that.
And we're back.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh. Must not have been very important.
There was something important I was going to say.
Okay. It'll come to you.
All right. I remembered.
Okay.